Hello, Pedro.
Hello.
It's your first time in Bulgaria,
Yes.
first time in Burgas. How do you feel about the festival, the city, and the people in the city?
I'm very happy to be in Burgas and in Burgas Film Festival. It was a beautiful surprise when I received the invitation. And I was very happy because of the fact that the festival is in Burgas. Because when we think of Bulgaria, in my country, in Portugal, in Lisbon, for some reason we always think of Sofia, the capital, or other famous places. So I was very sorry that I did not know Burgas. I had never heard about Burgas, and now I come here and I discover a very beautiful city, very beautiful beach, very beautiful people. In fact, I was very surprised when I arrived because many people, when I look at them in the street, they look like they could be Portuguese. And usually I'm very good at seeing where someone is from. And here I am very surprised, maybe because we are people from the sea. In Lisbon we have the Atlantic Ocean, here you have the Black Sea. Probably because we are more from the south, I think we share a lot, and I did not know that, so it was a very good surprise. And also, I would like to say congratulations for making a film festival like this, because I believe it's very important to bring films to places where people don't expect them, to give something to the people, some culture, and with a very good selection of films. So congratulations.
So speaking about the films of the festival, you are a member of our jury, and my question is, what are you looking for in the movies as a jury, and what are you expecting to surprise you or to discover something?
For me, it's a great opportunity to discover films with two different angles. In one angle, as a producer, I'm very interested in discovering films from this region, from Bulgaria, but also from Turkey, Greece, all the region around, Romania, etc. It's not films that many times we have the opportunity of seeing where I come from. Of course, I go to the international film festivals and I see many films there, but this is a very special cinematography for me that I want to know more about. So this is a perfect opportunity. And the other angle is also, as a producer, I think always of finding filmmakers and producers and people that I can work with, maybe in international co-productions, new projects that we can develop. So this is also a great opportunity for that. My big dream is maybe one day to make a co-production with Bulgaria, to work with some filmmaker from this region, being able to help her or him to find financing for the film. It's a big part of my job, but also to give visibility to international visibility to films from this part of the world. So it's great. I'm very happy for being here.
My next question is, you mentioned it, so right now you're a producer, but you are also a filmmaker, screenwriter. Can you tell us more about your different roles in the cinema industry and your career? How do you...
Yes, absolutely. I started to work in cinema when I was a bit young. When I was 18, I was very obsessed about cinema. I went to film school in Portugal. I learned and I started to work immediately. I became first an assistant director of filmmakers like João Pedro Rodrigues. He had a film in the Cannes Film Festival in 2008 called To Die Like a Man. It was the first film I worked in. It's a feature film, a very beautiful film. And then I understood that maybe what I really wanted to do was to help the people, filmmakers, artists, to do their work, because in fact there are not that many opportunities. There are many good artists in Portugal and everywhere, but I think we need structures for production to help people to accomplish what they want to do. So thinking of that, After some years doing production in bigger companies that were older companies by more accomplished filmmakers, I decided to open my own production company. And in that, I work with young filmmakers. It's part of my objective. Filmmakers where I can make a difference in their work. I'm not so interested in working with very famous people that don't need me for any reason. I want to do work that really nobody else is doing. So right now I'm working with a series of young filmmakers where I work. When I say young, it's people from the new generation. Many of them are my age. I don't know if I'm considered young yet. But anyway, it's people who are starting to do their first important projects. And I develop the projects with them. We write together. They are most of the times the writers, but I studied writing and I wrote screenplays for some filmmakers. And so I have a very creative relationship with these filmmakers, with these directors. And I think this is this makes a difference. It's part of what I want to bring as a new approach to production of cinema. Because many times people think of a producer as just someone that brings money to the film or that takes care of logistics or very things that are very important. But these are not all the things that I think an object of cinema, of art needs, because we are doing a very special thing. A producer of cars or of food, it has to know a lot about cars and food, and so I have to know a lot about cinema, how to create it. So we are very involved, and then we of course find the money to do it, and I participate a lot in the shooting of everything, just until the end in the editing, and then when it's time to send the film to festivals, like the Burgas Film Festival, I hope to have films here in the following years. I also do this part, so I do these connections with people so that the films can be seen. I think to make films and they are not being seen is not so interesting. The interesting thing is to show the films, and it's a big happiness when we are in the cinema room in a place, for example, like Burgas, and we see the audience looking at the screen. The audience is looking at the screen, and many times I'm looking at the audience because I'm very happy to see how people react to the films. And that's it, basically my job. This is what I do.
So Pedro, my next question is what are your projects right now that you're working on, your next projects, the most interesting project that you're working on?
Right now, like I said, I work with younger filmmakers from a new generation that we started to work even from the times of film school. We have a relationship that comes from a long time. So many projects, we started thinking about them 2 years ago, 1 year ago, or even more. And right now, one of the films that I hope maybe to be able to bring to the Burgas Film Festival next year or the year after that, and maybe bring the filmmakers and share some hakia with them, because it's really nice that they would also experience this place. So one of the projects is we just finished filming 2 weeks ago, and it's by a young Portuguese filmmaker, a woman called Mariana Gaivão. The film is about people who came from England to the countryside in Portugal in the 80s, when Portugal entered the European Union. There was a lot of immigration to the countryside, and these are very different people because it's a kind of a new generation of people that wants to not to live in the city. They don't want all the luxuries of capitalism, of a lot of money. They want to live in the countryside and discover the countryside again. So we made a film there. It's a fiction short film, and I think it's a very beautiful film. Another project is a short film by André Marques, a Portuguese filmmaker, who had a film here in Burgas last year. And I produced his new film. It's a story of love between two characters that are immortal. So one has been in love with the other for 200 years, The problem is that this love is not corresponded. They try to come back every year, and every year it does not work. We maybe think that it's like that forever. Relationships are hard when it's 5 years, 10 years, 200 years. It's even harder. So the films I'm doing right now, the fiction films are these ones. Then I also do documentaries and other things, many films at the same time.
I really hope that we will see one of your movies here.
I would love
and
to.
You again here at the festival, and we are really thankful that you came. And
thank you very much. No, thank you very much. I'm very happy for being here, and I hope to come back.